Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick, actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. What's going on, guys? I'm sitting here on the mirror today. Look at that fucking nice little mirror behind me. Anyways, so while I'm waiting for you to come on today, I wanted to be talking to you about, maybe I'll do it this way. No, I'll do it this way. I wanted to talk to you about meal timing, because I got a question the other day, is like, does meal timing actually matter? How many meals should you have a day? Does it matter? Hey Sam, how you doing? Does it matter if you eat it at night time? Does it matter if you eat it at daytime? And it's a good question, because, you know, in the past you've heard about 3 meals a day, 6 meals a day. How many should you be eating for fat burning? How many should you be eating for muscle building? And to be honest, it's really not that important for the majority of the people. I'm just gonna put this up really quickly. Shit, I messed that one up, didn't I? Don't go to that one. tysonbrown.com.au/bundle. Sweet, that's what we want. Gonna make that one a pinned comment in case you guys want it. So when it comes to muscle building, when it comes to fat loss, how many meals matter? Well, it really depends on your goal. So let's talk about fat loss first. So with meal timing, how many meals should you have a day? When should you eat your meals? Any of those things, it really doesn't matter, because what matters most is the amount of calories you're eating during the day. So whether you're eating 2,000 calories from 6 meals a day, which means you would have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So what's that, 350 calories a meal? Roughly, or if you were to eat 2 meals with 1,000 calories each, or 1 big meal of 2,000 calories each, it doesn't really matter for fat loss, because what matters most is the amount of calories you're consuming. So whether you eat all that in 1 meal, whether you eat it in 6 meals, whether you're eating 4 meals, it really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you and what's going to suit your preferences best. Some people like to eat more, some people like to eat less. And the biggest thing is you've got to find out what's going to work for you in the long run. I'm actually going to go and sit on this exercise ball right here. What matters for you in the long run is going to be the most important thing. Because if you like to eat more meals during the day because it helps you keep full, or if you like to eat less meals during the day because you know that you get ravenous, then you've just got to figure out what works best for you. And I'll give you my example. I have recently moved to eating 4 meals a day. I used to only want to eat 1 or 2 meals a day, usually 2 meals, but now I like to have the 4 meals. It keeps me fuller for longer and it's just easier for me to stick to. For example, I've had 2 meals so far today and it's 11:40. I had my first meal, which isn't really a meal, it's a shake, straight after my workout. So I'll have a training workout, I'll go and have a shake, which is just my high protein milk with usually it's my high protein milk with a scoop of protein powder, so it's a good amount of protein and a little bit of carbohydrates. And then I'll have my second meal, which is about 10:30, and then every 4 hours after that for another 2 meals. But for other people, they like to just say, like, you know, they like to do the intermittent fasting side of things, which I was a big fan of for ages, and then I'd have 2 big meals within my 8-hour eating window. But it doesn't really matter what's going to suit you. So it doesn't really matter, it's what's going to suit you best. If you like to have 2 meals a day, then 2 meals a day is going to be fine. If you like to have 4 meals a day, then 4 meals a day is going to be fine. It's just following whatever's going to suit you. But that's when it comes to fat loss. When it comes to muscle gain, it's a little bit different. What you need to focus on when you're trying to gain muscle is that you need to activate something called muscle protein synthesis more often. So if I can give you an example, like activating that, the more often you activate it, the more likely you are to gain muscle. So what you need to do is you need to be eating evenly spaced out every 2 to 3 hours. And the more you activate it, you know, between 4 to 6 times a day, the more likely you are to build lean muscle. But remember, that's only if you're actually trying to build muscle. A majority of you who watch this want to lose fat. And that's your main priority, which means meal timing doesn't matter. But if your sole goal is to gain muscle, which means you also want to gain weight, then activating muscle protein synthesis is going to be a much, much better option for you. And that's really the main thing that's going to be differentiated. So if you're looking to gain muscle, if you're looking to bulk up and get bigger, then you've got to activate muscle protein synthesis more, which means you have to eat a couple of times a day, like 4 to 6 times a day. If you don't, if you just want to lose fat, then meal timing is really irrelevant. And the same is, meal frequency is really irrelevant. Now, what about meal timing? Like, are you going to gain more fat if you eat at night? Are you going to burn more calories if you eat during the day? And the answer again is, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever's going to suit you best. Like, you're not going to gain fat just because you eat at nighttime. It just doesn't, the body doesn't happen like that. What happens is if you eat 2,000 calories at nighttime, or if you eat 2,000 calories during the day, as long as you eat 2,000 calories, you're going to lose weight. And that is the most important thing. It doesn't matter when you consume your calories, it matters how much calories you're consuming. If you eat more than 2,000 calories at night, of course you're going to gain weight. But if you eat 2,000 calories during the day, you're also going to gain weight. It doesn't matter when, it matters how much. And that's the most important thing you need to be focused on. How many calories you're eating during the day. So timing is irrelevant, frequency is irrelevant unless you're trying to gain muscle. In that case, then you want to activate muscle protein synthesis more. But if you're just simply trying to lose fat and you don't care, like, it doesn't matter, you don't need to obsess about those things. And it kind of goes back to the point I talked about the other day, is the biggest things you need to focus on is calories first. So calories is how many you're consuming, and then protein. What if I go like that? Yeah, calories, protein. So once you know how many calories you need to eat, you need to figure out how much protein you need to eat, which is 2 times your body weight in kilograms, or 1 gram per pound of body weight. And once you know that, once you know how much you need to be eating every single day, from there what you need to do is you need to make sure that you try and evenly space it out. So you don't want to have, let's say you need 150 grams of protein. You don't want to have one big meal of 150 grams of protein. You want to try and spread it out to 2 or 3 meals. So if you are someone who likes 2 or 3 meals, at least try and spread it out, because protein is going to keep you fuller for longer. Protein helps with muscle repair. Your body can't utilize all that protein in one big hit, and it can be obviously excreted out. So you want to be able to try and evenly distribute it as much as you can. I mean, if one meal's got 50, one meal's got 30, it doesn't really matter, but don't try and have like 130 grams and then 20 grams, because it's just not going to work like that. You need to evenly have it spaced out as much as possible. And then once you know your protein and your calories, anything else is irrelevant. Unless you're trying to become like the top thing, you want to try and keep your weight loss as simple as possible and your fat loss. So, like I said, calories, protein, meal timing, not really relevant. Meal frequency, not really relevant for the majority of you. And if you can stick to that, it's going to be so much easier to achieve in the long run. It's going to be able to, like, so much easier to make losing fat simple without having to obsess over things, because people are trying to make you obsess over the things that really just don't matter. Like, there are so many different ideas out there about like lectins making you fat. You need to drink celery juice. You need to cycle your carbohydrates and stuff like that. And it's like, no, you fucking don't. Like, it really doesn't matter. If you focus on calories and protein, and if you want more fats one day, have more fats. If you want more carbohydrates one day, have more carbohydrates. As long as you stay in that calorie deficit, and as long as you hit your protein, nothing else is really going to matter. I can guarantee you that. And if you just follow those simple things, if you just focus on that, if you focus on not worrying about meal timing, not worrying about meal frequency, not worrying about, I need 200 grams of protein, I need 200 grams of carbs, and I need 37 grams of fat. And if you just choose whatever you want, then it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you need to focus on the basics. You need to focus on the things that aren't going to confuse you. And the more you have to think about, hey, how you doing, mate? Hassan, the more you think about it, the more it's going to confuse you, the harder it gets to actually achieve your goals. But the simpler you can make it, the less you have to focus on, and all you can think about is, okay, calories, protein. I'm going to split it to as many meals as I want. I'm going to eat when I want. I'm going to make sure that I don't stress about eating at nighttime. If I want to eat at nighttime, I can, as long as I'm in my calorie deficit. Then it just makes it so much more sustainable, because that's, like I said, like, the more people try and sell you on a method, the more they just want your money. Like, I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm trying to tell you the truth, the simple facts that have been shown, that have been proven the test of time. You can't outsmart the laws of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics are there for a reason, and they work. So it's like, if someone's telling you that, it's your lectins that are making you fat, or it's celery juice, it's like, nope, it's just you're not in a calorie deficit. Like, if you're trying keto and you start losing weight, it's because you're in a calorie deficit. It's not that you can eat 5,000 calories and still lose weight, because guess what? That shit does not happen. It's just a fact, okay? So if you guys have any questions in the meantime, while I'm still sitting here, you can ask them, but I just really wanted to cover that, okay? Like, it really is that level of simplicity and importance. And if you don't believe me, follow my advice for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And if you don't see results, send me a message and be like, nah, Tyson didn't work. Because I can guarantee you, everyone who stays in a calorie deficit, keeps their protein high and tracks their calories to know they're actually in a calorie deficit, will lose weight. Period. That's just the law of thermodynamics. That's just how the world works. Like, if you can't like do that, if you somehow can't lose weight, you're actually you're a 1 in 7 billion person, and we need to get scientists to study you, because otherwise you're going to lose weight regardless. So I didn't realize how quick that video actually went. I thought it was actually going to go, like, I thought I was going to have to explain myself more, but that actually went pretty fast, and like, I covered everything I wanted to talk to you about. So again, in order of importance, figure out how many calories you need to be in a deficit. You can go and look up online calculator and just look up like online weight loss calculator. Put in all your results and it'll tell you how many calories you need to eat. Then you got to figure out your protein. Once you figure out how much protein, 2 times your body weight in kilograms or 1 gram per pound of body weight. Then from there, all you have to do is that you just have to stay in that deficit and you eat as many meals as you want during the day. You can eat whatever time that you want during the day. As long as you stay in that calorie deficit, as long as you eat protein, have whatever carbs you want, have whatever fat you want, and you will lose weight. So guys, I hope that was helpful. Before you go, if you want a free 6-week fat loss guide, if you want a free workout routine, and you want some high protein recipes, all you have to do is go to tysonbrown.com.au/bundle and you can get that straight away. Cool? All right, speak to you next time. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got 2 different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're gonna help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.